Good evening. Welcome to Inside City Hall for Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. I'm Errol Louis. We begin tonight with the very latest news about that tragic shooting in the heart of Midtown last night when a gunman walked into an office building on Park Avenue armed with a rifle and killed 4 people, including an NYPD officer, before taking his own life. It is the deadliest shooting our city has seen in 25 years. Ahead of tonight's vigil for Officer Errol Louis, New York One caught up with one of Islam's relatives outside of the mosque where his body was being transferred.
He's nice, friendly, familiar. The community, local community, everybody known him. Even before he was a police officer, everybody knows him. Not even chance to talk with her. It's like she's keep crying. She's, totally upset. His mom, his wife, his sisters.
The mourning continues and the investigation remains ongoing. I'm joined now by the NYPD's highest-ranking uniformed officer, Chief of Department John Chell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And Chief, where were you when you got the news of this shooting yesterday?
I was in the Bronx last night and I got the phone call, and it was a tough phone call. It was evolving very quickly, and I got down to the scene within about 20 minutes, and it was chaotic to say the least. And we were dealing with a multitude of things here, right? We have an active shooter in the building. We have a car left outside that we know had weapons, potentially bombs. We had Officer Islam deceased. We had 3 others deceased also. The best that New York's got to offer, a cop, a security guard, a female rising star in a company, and another mentor of a company, a mother's, father's. It was just really chaotic scene, and it was evolving fast, and it was very sad.
From what you knew early on, was the strategic response group activated? Was this considered akin to like a terrorist attack?
Well, so on the active shooter, I could tell you that we had some executives, some cops get there right away into that lobby. I had one captain walk in hearing the gunshots from down the hallway. That's how close they were. And when they walked in, it was chaotic. I'm not going to go too deep into the video, into the crime scene, but it was horrific. And we saw the video of the man coming up with the AR-15, and he got behind our officer and killed him. The worker from the NFL shot, calling his office. The other mom of 2 behind the stanchion trying to hide, and then a security guard who's part of the security apparatus diving for his life and losing his life. It was just really hard to describe and just horrific.
From what your understanding of security procedures, because we saw some footage of people barricading their doors and doing what we're all taught to do in big buildings like the one we're in right now, does anything need to change fundamentally, do you think, as far as security procedures?
Well, active shooters, they're all different and quick and fast. This all went down within 45 minutes, part 1 before we got to the car. You got a 44-story building. We got people deceased in the lobby. We don't know where he is, and on the active shooter, we got to move fast, and we have to go, mitigate the threat. And we eventually got to the 33rd floor, where he also killed another worker. Also shot at a maid, who by reputation has been there for years. Hard-working maid with her garbage cans, does her job well. She's running for her life, but time is of the essence. And in this case, he took his own life. But whoever's there at the scene, we don't have too much time. We got to go. We got to go find and mitigate the threat. That's what active shooter is.
Your colleague, Deputy Mayor Daughtry, told New York One earlier today that a person in Nevada may have assisted the shooter in this case. What do you think may have happened, and is there an arrest that we should expect?
So we have detectives in Nevada now. A part of the AR-15 was bought by this other person, so they're investigating that now. And they'll walk through all the steps that he was doing in Nevada. We know he drove here throughout the day. He's got here about 4:30 yesterday. We kind of know the motive. There's mental illness involved. There's a lot of moving CTE from a documentary. There's so many moving parts that we have to investigate. But I just bring it back to those first 45 minutes. I mean, to the doctors at New York Presbyterian who tried to save their lives, the EMS workers. No New York. Everything yesterday was all New York. They didn't deserve this. They were just going to work. They were coming home from work. Police officer working on duty, working a side job, a security guard working hard. It's so tragic to talk about. It really is.
Yeah, that paid detail unit. This was something I know for a lot of our viewers. It's new that it's sort of a program where officers can essentially moonlight. Are they connected? Was Officer Islam sort of connected to the local unit or the local precinct while he's doing that, or is this entirely separate from his normal?
So
police?
it's a detail in the NYPD, and we work. Companies will hire us to be in a lobby, to be an added layer of security, in uniform, hazard radio. He's a New York City police officer, doing what we asked him to do. Right? I mean, the commissioner said he's the best department has. He's the best of what humanity has to offer. I mean, Bangladesh, father of two, community person, well-beloved cop. I can go on and on.
Yeah. Sort of started in traffic, they said, and have to take all of the tests and go through a pretty rigorous process to even become a cop. How is morale in the department in general, and how does a tragedy like this affect it?
Well, a day like today, I'm a cop, but what did I do today? I just sat and reflected, and I think all the cops in this department, myself, I'll talk about myself, I wish I could put myself there yesterday, right at that spot, because I know what I would have done in most cops. We protect and serve. I wish I could have been on the 33rd floor to protect that woman. I wish I could have protected so many other things, and that's how cops feel. So we will reflect today. The whole department reflected in our own way, and we just keep on moving to keep this city safe. And everyone mourns in their own way.
Yes.
But we must go on. The NYPD is 24/7, 365, and we must go on. Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, talk to your loved ones, and do the best you can to take care of yourself.
This, in some ways, it doesn't strike me as comparable to, your normal work. That this isn't like an assault or a burglary or even a murder. That this is something you can't necessarily plan for. Somebody driving all the way across the country with delusions in his brain, heedless of his own security, double parking a car and just racing into a building like that.
This is not normal. This is the lone wolf we speak about. This is an act of senseless terror. Anytime you go into a building and shoot 5 people, kill 4, that is terror in itself, motivated by what was motivated by, not normal. And active shooters, they're all different. They happen so fast, and there's so many moving parts and communication and who you're looking for, people sheltering in, people running out of the buildings. It is very chaotic, and it's not normal.
Yeah. And despite all of that, it's still a job where you're looking for people. You're looking for New Yorkers to step up and maybe consider going into the department. What would you say to people who are sort of considering that?
Well, it's a great, noble profession to protect and serve, and I've done it, and friends of mine have done it, and it's still a great job. And we will do anything. The power of just helping people, the power of solving someone's problem, the power of protecting your neighbor, your family. It's so noble and a great profession. I would definitely, for anybody who wanted to do it.
Yeah, and I know you've seen a lot of tragedies. You've been on the job long enough to have seen a lot of officers who have sort of made the ultimate sacrifice. What is it that they have in common, would you say?
That they were at the forefront of what was happening. They put themselves between good and evil, and that's what we took an oath to do, and we do it willingly. And the common denominator between all the cops, just good, hard-working New York people having to be a cop, family men, pay their bills, have kids. We're regular people who happen to be police officers that do a very dangerous job, but we do it willingly to protect and serve.
Do we have any information about when there might be a funeral for Officer Islam?
They're working on it right now. We did get transferred to the mosque up in the Bronx, so that'll be worked out shortly. And I just want to thank all New Yorkers for all the well wishes and even the media's coverage and their well wishes. And we come together as a city and try to figure these things out at the betterment of our friends, our families, our neighbors, and our New York City.
Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. Thanks so much for coming by. Thank you very much, Chief Chell. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.